Hi everyone, hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome back to my channel, where we focus on improving your health, well-being, and overall life quality. Today, I would like to talk to you about social stress. What is it? Why does it matter? And how does it impact our well-being? Let's explore. In this video, I'll talk about social threats, sharing your sleeping space with others, feeling connected to your heritage, the vagus nerve, and how social connections are both a source of stress and a protective factor for health. We humans are social animals. One of the reasons we survived is because we were a part of a group. As a result, our brains are finely attuned to interpret the behaviors of others. We need social connections, and in fact, social connections are an important part of our mental and physical wellness. However, social connections are both a stressor and a resilience builder. Our brains are attuned to social threat. Social threat occurs when we feel devalued, harmed, abandoned, or rejected by others. The key word here is feel. Often, we perceive being rejected or devalued, and the effect of that is just as harmful as actually being rejected or devalued. It cuts deeply because of our evolution as a social species. The opposite, however, is also true. Some of us are quite resilient to social threats, and any harsh words don't affect them negatively at all, or very little. Social threats can take many forms. For instance, they can include being harassed, stigmatized, devalued, or discriminated against. It could be rejection, abuse, or neglect from a critical parent or spouse. At its extreme, social threats can escalate into horrifying consequences like war and genocide. Research suggests that for many people, the practical part of a natural disaster, like losing your house in a hurricane, doesn't hurt as much as social harm or pain. Victims of assault often don't report it to the authorities out of fear of shame, embarrassment, and judgment. Feeling like other people blame, judge, or pity you can be more painful than general social rejection, such as a breakup or being criticized in front of others. So, why does social threat feel so personal? It's because rejection is aimed at us directly, making it feel personal and painful. Social connections are both stressors and resilience builders. We thrive in strong relationships that make us feel accepted and understood, but close connections aren't always easy. We need people for social support to be loved, recognized, appreciated, and valued to be fully healthy. Yet, social interactions can be a tremendous stressor, whether it's the frustration of being misunderstood, the heartbreak of rejection, social anxiety, or just spending too much time with someone loud. A prime example of how social connections are both a stressor and a health improvement factor is social sleeping, or, in other words, sleeping with someone else, whether it's your partner, your child, or a sibling you're sharing the room with. Approximately 60% of Americans sleep with a partner. Co-sleeping is a social behavior that requires us to relax our vigilance, lower our defenses, and come close to another person. Conversely, it's harder to sleep with someone if we are stressed. Many new parents worry about co-sleeping with a baby and constantly wake up worrying they might roll over on them. Objectively, according to data on sleep quality, many people sleep worse with a partner, especially with issues like snoring, which can contribute to relationship problems. However, subjectively, as reported by people themselves, many prefer to sleep with a partner. Falling asleep with a loved one or even a fluffy animal can be wonderful. Couples who sleep well together and have a strong, close, positive relationship can actually synchronize their sleep-wake cycles for up to 75% of the night, improving sleep quality. Certainly, it helps when you and your partner are on the same sleeping schedule. Now, let's look at other examples of social stressors, which include being socially marginalized or devalued. This can include having a lower status job, living in poverty, having a visible disability, being part of a racialized or ethnically marginalized group, being an immigrant or refugee, having less education, or having a body that doesn't conform to social ideals. It's not our own personal characteristics that cause stress, but the general social context and how others respond to our identity. Microaggressions are small scale, often subtle, everyday statements or actions that communicate hostile, derogatory, and negative attitudes towards someone seen as the other. This can take the form of micro-insults or micro-invalidations. The social context and environment around us are what cause stress, not the identity itself. Childhood and adolescence are sensitive periods for social stress. As kids and young teens, we are learning about ourselves and the world and need the security of people who care about us. We are especially vulnerable to bullying and social exclusion. Adverse childhood experiences are a non-risk factor for adult health issues. Over time, the cumulative impacts of those negative experiences can permanently change people's physiological responses to stress. Research has shown that adults who experience racial discrimination and harassment as children have higher allostatic loads, meaning they feel more stressed in general and show more inflammation and chronic stress responses. However, those who felt strong connections to their identity, heritage, and community were protected from the harms of discrimination, demonstrating the importance of cultural continuity. Our brains are socially wired, and sections of our brain are devoted specifically to social tasks. This makes us capable of nuanced, sensitive, highly empathetic intimacy, as well as sweeping generalizations and stereotypes. Major systems in our brain link social behavior to physical responses, including the limbic system and the emotional motor system. The limbic system, which includes the amygdala and hippocampus, is involved in memory, spatial orientation, connecting emotions with cognition, identifying cause and effect, and social behavior like attachment. It perceives nonverbal cues such as facial expressions, tone of voice, gesture, and body language. The emotional motor system is involved in the movements of emotional response, like facial expressions, crying, laughing, or posture, and affects autonomic functions like blood pressure, heart rate, and respiration. Social hormones, like oxytocin and AVP, play a significant role in social interactions. Oxytocin is known as the love hormone and helps us bond with loved ones, making us feel warm and fuzzy. AVP is important for social bonds and can influence aggression and social behavior. I would also like to mention the vagus nerve here. It's the big part of your parasympathetic system that is responsible for involuntary functions such as digestion, heart rate, and immune system. Vagus nerve also plays a role in your experience of anxiety, including social anxiety. Stimulating the vagus nerve helps control anxiety. You can do that through breathing exercises, for example. In summary, social stress is a complex and pervasive aspect of our lives that can significantly impact our health and well-being. Understanding the sources and effects of social stress can help us better navigate our relationships and environments. It's important to recognize the effects social stressors have on you and knowing when it's time to take a little extra care of yourself. Strong, supportive relationships and a sense of community can build resilience and help us recover from social stress. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more insights on improving your well-being.